Hello YouTube! Alright, we are going to be doing a small but very special haul. I just got this book in recently and it is a key, and as well it is going to be crossing off one of my top 10 2018 wish list. So that is special, at least for me it's special, very special. So these books are definitely coming down. I've got 4 out of my 10 already. So this is going to be my number 5. So, and plus this is going to be, since this is going to be a short video, stay tuned afterwards. I'm also going to be talking about something on my mind with regards to the grading companies. So hopefully we can open up a discussion on that. So all that and more to come after the short video intro. Welcome back everybody. Comic Sniper here along with my little buddy Mark III, my flying Iron Man, my sidekick. He's just gonna be along for the ride while he flies away right there. So this is going to be a special, very special comic haul. Only one comic, but as I said, it's one of my top 10 wish list from 2018. So wonder which one it is. And this book I've been wanting for quite a while, even for a number of years, but I just haven't been able to peg it down. But this time I managed to get it. And it is a big key. And without any further ado, here it is. So, ta-da! That is Amazing Spider-Man number 50. First appearance of the Kingpin. Man, it doesn't get any bigger than this. This book has eluded me for quite a long time. I tell you, it's it just doesn't seem to want to go down in value. Every time I think I've got one, in my sites, something happens. Either either my fault, I screw it up and I forget about the auction or something, or the guy doesn't want to go down in price if I see it on a show. But and it's just either that or there's something else that's kind of caught my attention. So either way, let us do this first, the ceremonial crossing off of my number 4 on this top 10 list. So that is Amazing Spider-Man number 50. There we go. Awesome. So what's left on the list? Well, I can't see number 10, but number 10 is DC Presents number 47. Got that. The Avengers number 57. Got that. That's an awesome cover. Love that cover. Number 8, Batman 251. That one's really tough for obvious reasons. Amazing Spider-Man number 33. I already got a couple of those, so I'm pretty happy with that. Daredevil 168. Got myself a graded copy of that. Fantastic Four number 1. Wow. Well, this one is going to be really tough too, because it's climbing in value, guys. It's just every time I look at it, the value for this one, since the MCU is taking over Fox's property, they have everybody's speculating that they will be showing up in the MCU relatively soon. So that's why that book has been going up in value. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I haven't found one that I could work on, but I'm looking for a lower copy of that. Amazing Spider-Man 50. This one I got. Detective Comics 359. I'm still looking for that one. Giant Size X-Men, and of course Amazing Fantasy 15. Not much to say about that one. That one's a Hail Mary if I get one. So, but let's take a look at my Amazing Spider-Man 50. Now, of course, this is, as you can see, it's not a high grade copy. The very first thing is we've got a couple of tape pulls here, or I think that's a tape pull, sorry, and I think that one's like a whiteout, something or other. And then we have a couple of long creases there that break color, as well as the Silver Age comics, especially Marvel, has that Marvel chipping. A lot of them predominantly have that, but you know, the edge on this side is pretty clean. The bottom has a couple of light creases running along it, nothing too major, and of course the ever-present spine ticks. So, a lot of them are breaking color. So this is not a high grade, but as you can see, the color presents well. You know, all the staples are intact on all pages, including the centerfold. So that's a bonus. The back page is about the same as the front page. There's nothing too major. There's no like big rips or anything in it. So that I already looked at that. So all the pages are intact. Everything's there. So I'm pretty happy with this. Even though this is a lower grade, that is, you know, you cannot go wrong with this book in any grade. And I'm just finally glad to peg this one down. And we'll see after I take a close inspection of this. I don't think this is going out to a grading company, CBCS, CGC, PGX, or anytime soon. Probably just going to enjoy it raw for a while, because I don't plan on selling it. But who knows? Depends. If I happen to come across another one in a better grade, I might just go ahead and sell this one if that's the case, or maybe just keep multiple copies. Right. So that is my reveal of from my 2018 wish list, and that is number 4 on the list, Amazing Spider-Man 50. Thank you guys for sharing that moment with me. And then, so now I just want to talk a little bit about the grading companies as it pertains to graders' notes. Now, just so you guys know, I don't have a preference of any three. I don't work for them. I don't have any deals with them. You know, as far as being sponsored by any of them. I don't hate any of them. I've actually used all three. I think you know, one of the main things is, hey, if you're gonna criticize, or if you're gonna I believe, at least, if you're gonna criticize or you know, have your opinion that you recommend to something, and if you're recommending something, you should at least have first-hand knowledge before you make recommendations to people. So I'm here to tell you, I own all three, CBCS, CGC, as well as PGX, and I have submitted books to all three. I actually, and I still do so today. So I don't have a favorite to all three, and unlike some people, you know, they think slabbing a comic is like the devil's work. But I'm not one of those. I'm not pro or against either or. You know, I like both. I like having raw books, as you can see. I don't plan on slabbing every book. I don't believe every book should be slabbed. But I also own slab books, and some with signature, some without. So I run the gamut of all three. So and I own multiple books of each one. But regarding those three companies, one of the things they all have in common that is a pet peeve of mine is the graders' notes. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm paying for a service. I'm paying for them to not only slab my books, but to grade my book. Let's say I was bringing this one in for grading. Now, there is some obvious, flaws that you can see. Of course, like this, and of course the big ones. But they are the experts, correct? That's why we send them in. And then before they slab it, they go through it. They look for restoration. And as far as I know, this is mostly CGC and CBCS. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe PGX works under the same assumption too, that every comic starts off as a 10.0 because they work off a 10-point system grading. Now, I understand they don't all have the same grading standards. This might constitute as a 6, right away. If this was the only flaw, and I can go into another video with this, but let's just suffice to say they don't all have the same grading standards because they don't actually put it down. But if that's the case, if that flaw is there and there's something else that they say, they're supposed to examine each one, and they're supposed to make notes. If you actually read, let's say CGC for instance, their grading standards, each grader will make notes on his own, and then of course pass the comic book on to the next grader. He doesn't get to see the notes, but he makes his own notes and so forth. By the time it gets to the final grader, they come up with an actual grade, but those notes are there. Now, whenever I get, let's say, well, I'm just gonna touch on CGC for now, and then we'll go on to the others. But CGC they used to, and they still do actually charge for graders' notes. But at least now they have started. If you go online, you can click on the graders' notes and of any new submissions that you do, and you will see graders' notes. Very small amount of it. Even lower grade books like this, they don't give you all of it. They just kind of give you a rundown of the major ones. That's not too bad. I don't have too much of a problem with that. What I have a problem with is when it comes up to the higher grades, such as a 9.4, 9.6, 9.8. Because we assume that every book is a 10.0 until something, a fault, whether it be a manufacturer's defect or a man-made defect done after the fact, then it takes it down from a 10.0 to 9.9, 9.8, and so forth down the line. The more defects, the lower the grade. We understand that. So, but when it is very rare, and at least from my experience, because I go online and I want to look at my graders' notes, 9.4 and higher, they do not even bother supplying you the notes. And sometimes, and this is where it gets tricky, how many times have you watched people with their videos going, oh, I got a 9.6, I thought that was a 9.8 all day long, I wonder what could they have found. And if it was a lower grade book such as this, and if it had a big rip on it or a pop staple, we understand right away, okay, this is what they're grading down for. And a lot of times we can even judge after that. We'll give them a few points here and there. But when there's no graders notes, because they can't be bothered to put down the graders notes because they think, oh, it's such a minor thing, we're not even going to bother, right? Sometimes, how do they know that that we might be, if they put down what graders notes it is, maybe there's a light crease that they found on the back cover, maybe it's a spine tick that didn't break color, maybe there's a couple of them and it goes down from a 10.0 all the way into a 9.6 for instance, and they don't bother putting that down. We could, if we know, maybe that book is worthwhile actually unslabbing and then pressing and then resubmitting for a higher grade, possibly, right? If we can get that defect out. I mean, that's not restoration. We know that's not restoration. Pressing and cleaning is not a restoration. We know that. And a light defect such as that is pressable. Maybe the pressing didn't get that the first time, but could get it the second time. I press books myself, my own books, and I've done it where I've pressed something, and you know what? I thought maybe I can do more, and I have been able to do more, right? But once it's graded, we don't know what they saw, is what I'm saying, right? So if because it's not a 10.0, they must have seen a flaw. No matter how insignificant that flaw is, don't we have the right to know since we paid for that service? Is what I'm asking, right? Now, I'm just picking on CGC right now, and CVCS does provide graders notes, because you can go online, you can put the number of the slab number, and then you can find out the graders notes. But they are exactly, you know, in the same boat, and they're just as guilty, because they do not put anything when it comes down to anything specific when it comes to the higher grades. And PGX, they don't even provide the graders notes. Actually, let me retract that. The last time I've used them, and they could have changed. Yeah, guys, you know, you can correct me if I'm wrong if you guys use PGX lately. I haven't used them for over a year now, at least. And then, but the last time I did, I got my books, and for me to find out what the flaws were, I had to actually call, and you know, they went over the graders notes with me, somewhat, you know, but again, it wasn't provided, is what I'm saying. Okay, whether it be any grade for that matter. Now they could have changed their policy. They might be supplying that now. I don't know, guys. If you know, please let me know. You can put that down in the comment section. But as far as who I've been using lately has been CBCS, actually within a year, but I haven't used them in the last, recently it's been more CGC, just because actually it's all because of the turnaround time. CBCS kind of pissed me off because the last time I used them, their turnaround time sucked so bad. I kind of got a sour taste in my mouth. But that's all that. As far as their grading, they were pretty much bang on. CGC, I've had some disagreements with their grading, but their turnaround time has gotten so much better that I just want my books back. Is what I'm saying. But their graders notes, back to the graders notes, guys, I don't know if you feel the same way. If there is a flaw that takes my book down, it doesn't matter if it's gleamingly obvious or something hidden that they seen that I can't see, because I feel for the guys who submit books and they do an unboxing video, and I love watching guys' unboxing video of CGC, CBCS, PGX, all of those. I know I watch a lot of those actually, because it's very exciting to me, especially when I see the grades. Sometimes when they get higher, sometimes they get lower. Very entertaining in my book. So guys, keep doing that. I really appreciate those, and I tend to leave a lot of notes for those. And it's very exciting for me too when I get my books and I get all of a sudden I open it up and you get the grade or you don't get the grade that you're expecting. Again, it's also very subjective, but we want to know. So CGC, CBCS, PGX guys, if any of you guys that work for that company or whatever, we want to know. At least I want to know, right? Because the fact is, we paid for that service. Okay, you found something in our book. We want to know what that is. Maybe we'll never get that book. We'll decide, hey, that's fine. It was a one fingerprint. Okay, I could probably polish that out, and then we submit it and get a 9.9. But we're not going to bother, right? That kind of thing. So it may be that simple, maybe not, right? It may be a folded, something. It might be a crease on the inside page that we didn't see. But the eagle eyes of the graving company, since they're doing their job, saw it, right? Those kind of things, and that's what I mean. At least, but when they don't write it down, and when we can't see it, then we're left wondering, and we're left scratching our head. Believe me, I've seen people scratching their head, going, "Man, I could have sworn there was no flaw in this." There are books, and sometimes we look through them with rose-colored glasses. I understand that. So it'd be nice to, you know, be illuminated as to far as to what is the actual flaw that is in the book, and we can deduce that for ourselves next time, hopefully, right? And let us be the judge of that. And actually, if you think about it, anytime they see a flaw that we believe could be corrected, possibly, there's a chance that some people, not all, but of course there's a chance that some people would actually unslab that book, press it, send it in for maybe pressing, because of course grading companies have pressing services. They might be able to get more business out of that by actually putting those notes in, a more detailed notes, even for the high grades of 9.6, 9.8. If it isn't a 10, it should have a note. I believe every book should have a note. I don't care how redundant it would be, right? Because we paid for it. If we took the time, our hard-earned dollars, to, you know, because we work for our dollars, if we took that money, we gave it to them, and they took our money to provide the service, they should be giving us that service, I believe. Okay, this is only my belief. Of course, you can decide that on your own. But and of course, like I said, and if people decide to unslab that book, press it or have it pressed by the grading company, they make more money that way too. Trying to get that flaw out and then resubmit it back for regrading. Hey guys, you're making more money. Why would you say no to that? I know it's a little extra. It can't be, if it's a 9.8 or 9.6 or 9.4, and if the flaws seem, you know, so minute that it's almost not worth it writing it down, then write it down. You know, then it can be worth a lot more to you guys that they're grading, right? So I'm talking to the grading companies, all three, right? So that's why you have to look at kind of the glass half full. How can you use that to your advantage? And you can. So guys, just wanted to kind of give that out there. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it, and of course, you know, friendly, always invite discussion, but respectful, friendly manner, you know, guys, and everybody has done that already so far, and I thank everybody for doing that. I love the conversation back and forth as much as possible with all you guys, and I welcome it. Thank you again for keeping it you know, fun and respectful, and I'm open to ideas, other people's ideas and viewpoints. That's how I learned myself. So and then as well, guys, putting up shout outs to all my new subscribers. Again, thank you for those. Very appreciative. You know, you guys are the best. And I'm putting up some names. So, and if you guys want a shout out for yourselves on my future video, very simple. I don't ask for a lot. Just subscribe to my channel, and you know, I as much as possible, you know, I'm trying to do it in order. So I'm working on the guys who subscribed earlier. So eventually, if you just subscribe and you stay subscribed, you will be at some point on my future video. So just keep that in mind. I've just, you know, because there's been people in front of you, that's all. But aside from that, I appreciate everybody doing that. And you know, I appreciate everybody hitting that like button, so continue to do that. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for hitting those like button. And anytime I make a video, might as well hit that bell too. That'll give you a reminder that I posted up new videos. So I'll try to do more. This one was very special. Again, going back to my Amazing Spider-Man number 50. So happy to finally. You know, you can probably hear the exhaustion in my voice. Finally, so happy to have this in my private collection. I can't wait to dive into this bad boy and just to admire it. So, anyways, thank you for listening to me, and you know, and just reminding everybody while you're out there, you know, going through your own list, your 2018, even 2017 list, if you haven't filled it all out yet. Hey, while you're out there getting things CGC'd or CBCS or graded through PGX as well, you guys make sure you just enjoy the hunt. Okay? Again, thank you everyone. We'll see you later.